All right, Owen, thank you for joining me today. I was wondering if you can give me some background on how you started your business and where the idea came from to start with the Arkham Group.
Okay, so the Arkham Group was kind of birthed out of me needing to fix my own personal credit. At the time, I didn't know much about credit. This was probably mid to 2019, fall of 2019. I went to apply for something and got denied and didn't know much about my personal credit. So started fixing my own credit and did a deep dive into personal credit, how it works, how it's built, some strategies on how to build it. And as I began to dig down deep and get into that rabbit hole, it became a passion of mine. And so the Arkham Group was started in November of 2019 under the premise of just trying to fix my own stuff and get involved and become a business owner and an entrepreneur and fix my own stuff. It wasn't probably until April or May that I began to get really serious about it and take on clients and that kind of stuff. And I got certified through the board. I got Fico certified as a credit consultant. And that's when I kind of it started to take on a life of itself. And then that started to marry into me learning how to build business credit. And, in terms of as I was building my own business, I started to learn more about business credit. And that's kind of the origin of the Arkham Group and how it started and why it started.
So it came out of a necessity to kind of rebuild your own personal credit, and then from there you're able to get your accreditation essentially, and the rest is history from there?
Absolutely.
What was the process of you getting certified? Did you have to do any sort of courses or classes, or is it just kind of the research? You put the work in, got the knowledge, and then were able to kind of turn everything around?
No, there's actually some real classes that you had to take. So it was actually some classes I had to take, a couple of study guides, and then there was a test. There are actually two different tests. There's a credit board test that you have to take, and then FICO actually has a certification that you can take. The FICO certification is really difficult. It's not an easy test. You have to study.
I can imagine.
I don't care how much you think you know, you have to study for it.
I think that's important because I can't imagine how many people would try to skirt the system. So, I mean, it is good that if you know it, you actually know it.
Yeah. What I've learned is there are a lot of people who are in the credit repair space, both personal and business, who don't know the basic laws. And that's the scary part about credit repair. I think everyone should try to repair their own credit at a certain level. And obviously some people don't have the time or the energy to do it or don't understand it. But there are some laws that are universal across the credit repair industry. And it scares me when I hear people call me or talk to me and those rules aren't being followed. For instance, as a credit repair specialist, you cannot tell anyone that you're going to fix their credit in any certain time frame or guarantee them any certain results. That's against the law. So if you come to me to fix your credit, right, I can't tell you I'm going to take things off in 2 months. It's physically impossible. There's no way for me to know that. Can things get removed? Do some things and some people's credit reports get removed faster than others? Absolutely. But there's no kind of industry standard that says if you do XYZ result is going to happen. It's just not true.
So there's no so once you put a time to it, is that kind of what makes it illegal, or is it like the guarantee in itself?
The guarantee in itself, because you just can't. What might for person A come off in 2 months, for person B might take 6 months. Everybody's credit DNA is entirely different. There are no two credit reports that are the same. No two. So everybody's DNA is different. Everybody's needs and wants and processes are different. So it's very hard for me to say I guarantee I'm going to do this because I did it for another client of mine. That's just impossible. That's almost, it just can't happen. So that's one of the things that scares me when people come to me and say, I need my credit repaired and I need it repaired by next month so I can buy a house.
Good luck.
I'm like, good luck with that. Like, they will try, but Good luck with that. I make no promises. The other thing that a lot of people who get into credit repair space, the client doesn't understand is a credit repair specialist is not allowed to charge you any money until they actually get a result.
Oh, I had no idea about that.
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that. If you go to a credit repair agency, so that's why if you see some of the good credit repair agencies or companies out here, they call it consulting. They call it consultation. You're paying for the consultation. You're not paying for the actual repair. So if someone comes to you and says, hey, I can repair your credit for $500 and get it done in 3 months, run from that person. They're not telling you the truth. And the last little nugget that I would give people is credit repair is illegal in the state of Georgia. Georgia is the only state in the union who does not allow, their board of governors does not allow credit repair.
Is there a reason behind that, or they just don't believe in the process?
I guess they just don't believe in the process because they're literally the only state that doesn't allow credit repair. It doesn't allow you to register as a credit repair business, a credit repair agency.
Oh man, I wonder what the backstory is there.
If you're doing credit repair in Georgia, you can be fined for it. You can be sued and fined for it.
Wow, because there is a lot of the I'm not seeing it so much now, but like before on social media, everybody seemed to be like a credit boost hero. They were pretty much promoting themselves that I got this new business venture. Do you see that that's popping up a lot more often now, where people promising to fix credit? Well, we can't say the promise, but they're promising that they'll make changes or make any sort of alterations. Is that popping up more often? You're noticing, or?
Oh my God!
It
is getting 10 times worse. And so for me, I have more and more thought about getting away from the actual helping people fix their credit and just strictly do consultation. Like, look, I will tell you what's wrong with your credit, and I'll go through a deep dive with you and walk through your credit report.
Right.
But in terms of actually me doing the work to help you remove items and build it back up, I'm moving away from that space. I think there's some other business ideas that I'm getting involved in. Your credit booster, the Q&A stuff that we have going on, that I have going on in my company. That I think for me, it's more about the financial education piece as opposed to the actual credit repair, because there are a lot of people in that space. There are a lot of credit repair agents in that space, and everybody needs their credit fixed, especially due to COVID. Like, COVID has really done a lot of damage to people's credit. I met with a young man this morning who lost his job a couple months ago to COVID. He had 4% utilization. He's now at 69% utilization.
Oh man,
because he had to use his cards for everything.
Yeah.
And he missed the payment, and now his credit score went from 740 to 580, and now he's calling me like, what do I do? Like, 3 months ago I was at a 740, now I'm at a 580. What do I do? So it's those kind of conversations that I'd much rather have now, and walk him through the steps to get it fixed, as opposed to, just send me your stuff, I'll repair your credit for you. Is
there any? Because we get multiple different scores depending on who you ask or where you go to. Is there any one that is like the FICO score? Is that the one to key in on, or is there a different one that we should be focusing on more than another when it comes to the credit scores?
Yeah, the FICO score and the Vantage score are the two main scores that most people know that are out in this space. How it works is, what people don't know, and a little back history is, FICO scores and credit scores didn't come into account until 1986. Prior to that, banks and lenders didn't use FICO scores. They didn't use credit scores prior to 1986, which a lot of people don't know. We think credit scores have been around for 100 years, and they really haven't. Been around for 30, 40 at tops. So most lenders use a FICO score. They pay to use these scores to judge your credit worthiness. So 90% of lenders use a FICO model. 10% use Vantage scores. Vantage scores are what you see on Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, those free credit reporting agencies.
Right.
They use Vantage scores to give you your score. The major difference between the two is that a Vantage score, the score you see on Credit Karma, and why it's always higher, most of the time it's always higher than your FICO score. Credit Karma Vantage scores, they don't take into account any closed accounts on your report. So anything on your report that's closed or charged off, FICO Vantage doesn't calculate that in the score. FICO calculates everything. Everything that's on your credit report is calculated into your FICO score. So that's the reason why your FICO scores and your Vantage scores are usually different. There's usually a discrepancy between the two. And 90% of lenders use FICO. There are 33 different FICO scores that are associated with your credit report. There are 3 for housing. There are 3 for credit cards. There are 9 for credit cards. There are 3 for housing. There are 3 for personal. If you go out and get a personal loan, they use 3 different scores. And then they have your 3 main scores that they use. Another thing, just to give a little education on your credit report, your experience score is where 90% of credit card lenders go to pull your credit report. So if you're going out to get a credit card from a major bank,
right,
90% of the time they're going to look at your experience score, which is really important. So people need to know that. So if you've got a 650 on your experience score, but a 700 on your TransUnion score, then you're wondering why you got denied. That's why.
That makes a lot of sense. I've been always kind of leery about the Credit Karma scores because it seemed as soon as you sign up for that, it was just multiple advertisements from Capital One. So I don't know if they're tied in or if they're trying to get you to sign up. If that's why the service is free, because they try to get you to do the credit card or what. But I noticed as soon as I signed up for that, every month.
Exactly. Credit Karma is an affiliate program. So it's free because they go in, they have you sign up, they sell your data to their affiliate programs, and then you get 1,000 Credit One offers. You get 1,000 of them. Because, the more times you sign up through these programs, Credit Karma gets paid. That's how Credit Karma gets paid. But I suggest to everyone to spend the $50 a month and get myfico.com and know all your FICO scores. Know what your scores are if you're going to buy a house, because your mortgage scores are different than your regular score. Your auto scores are different than your mortgage score. It's a different set of scores for each one. So you might have a great score to go get a car,
right,
but you have a terrible score to buy a house.
Okay, there's a distinction there, of course.
Yeah, so know all 33 of your credit scores and what they mean. FICO pulls FICO 2, 4, and 5 for your mortgage, and they take a middle score to give you a credit to base your credit on if you want to apply to buy a house.
Okay, so they give you an average number, and they kind of go for that.
So they look at all 3 scores, and then they'll take the one that's in the middle. And that's what they use to give you that's what your credit score is.
Wow. This is amazing information. Is there anywhere people are able to kind of read up on?
Yeah, they can come to the Arkham Group, the ArkhamGroup.com. And we also have a private Facebook page, a membership program where people can come in and we try to give them a lot of gems. We have some ebooks that we have out talking about this stuff. And we try to give them as many gems as possible. We're also available to do consultations, one-on-one consultations. We walk people again through how to read their credit report, how to read their credit scores, and what they mean. It's just really important. The education piece is really important. Once you learn it, one of my biggest things that I love with my clients is when they come back and when I have a conversation with them after a couple of months,
right,
and they're financially literate. So now they come back to me and say, "Yeah, my credit score dropped and my credit score went up, but I know why." And that's what I say to them. I say, "Yo, that's really important that you know the why, because the why is the important part. And if you know the why and what's going on with your credit, you can always fix it. And no credit report can't be fixed. It might take a little more time.
Right.
No credit report can't be fixed.
So for this program, this seems like, how much is this? Like $1,000, 500, something like that for the monthly cost?
No, we're really affordable. We charge $100 for our service, so we're really affordable. Depending on the level of what you need us to do, it could be a little bit more than that, but nothing more than $200.
Nothing more than that's not bad at all, because your credit score basically dictates your life. So I mean, if you spend $200 in investment there, and that's going to open up an opportunity for you to buy a house, get a car, I mean, the investment's worth it at the end. So that's not bad at all.
And we do a business credit. We do a business credit avenue as well, where we teach business credit, and we ask and building business credit and learning how to turn credit into cash, how to use creative financing to finance your business, so it's not coming out of your pocket to make money. These are all the parts of programs that we have with the Arkham Group.
Wow, I mean, that sounds like a fantastic platform that you guys have going. Definitely want to make sure that everybody listening, I'm learning a lot here, so I want to make sure, of course, that they know exactly where to find your website, your programs, and everything like that. Would you be able to tell me more about like the memberships? Any other information they should know before signing up, or any perks?
So there's a membership that you can sign up with the Arkham Group. Like I said, you can go online, and I'm pretty sure that you can book through online. If not, my email address is on the website, so you can email or call me, and then we can discuss, what you need as a client. So that's one of the ways, and that's the ArkhamGroup.com. Arkham is spelled ARKAMH. Group.com. Not like the one in Batman, but a little different.
Okay.
So it's ARKAMH, and that's a composite of my 3 grandkids, Ariana, Kalia, and Amir. So it's a homage to them. But you can find us there, and we can talk consultations, and we work with people. Everyone who comes to me doesn't have $200 to spend right away. So I kind of work with them. I no longer allow people to question me to death, though, because you know your client base, and no one question you to death if you let them. So if you have a question, I'll answer it, but after that, then we need to book a consultation to kind of do a deep dive into the things that you need to do to get your credit fixed. But that's kind of where we also have a program called Your Credit Booster. So we can report your rent payments. We can report your payment history to Equifax to kind of build that score up a little bit. And that program is $12.99 a month for the premium package. And it's a great program. And then my partner, my business partner, Quentin, he has a tremendous library of ebooks at affordable prices that we sell on our website that you guys can just, if you want to do it yourself, you just buy an ebook and kind of go through the steps of building your personal and business credit through the ebooks. So we offer a variety of ways to kind of get started on your own and build your own journey. And then we're there for support. We're there to help out.
I feel like this information is definitely important, because it's setting up future financial wealth, not only for the person but for their family. If they're able to turn their credit around and get a house, that house could be flipped. There's equity in that. So I feel like this is a very important topic, very important program that you guys are running. So I definitely want to commend how great the work is that you guys do.
Absolutely. And there are three, there are 3 pieces of advice I give everybody. Don't be afraid of credit. 72% of people today have not looked at their credit report in the last 6 months. So if I have one piece of advice to start, is go pull your credit report. No matter how bad you think it is, we have an affiliate program that we can send you a link that you can pull your credit. You get your FICO scores for $1. If anyone is interested in getting that link. So please pull your credit score and know what's on your credit report, and look at your credit report often. Look at it once a week at minimum, so that you can see if there are any changes on there. And then if there are things on there that don't belong in there, 86% of credit reports in this country are wrong. They have to be factually correct. They have to be reporting factual and accurate information on your credit report. And 86% of credit reports are wrong. So there's a very, very good chance that there's something on your credit report that's wrong. And by law, it can be removed and taken off.
Right then and there, knowledge is power. I do want to make sure.
So please look at your credit report and please hit us up and let us work with you on kind of getting that stuff off.
I definitely want to thank you for joining us today. I do want to make sure that the information is also once more stated. What's the best way to reach you, your group, and then just so people can get that information that they need?
Okay, again, the website is www.the Group. Arkham is spelled ARKAMH group.com. And if you Google us, we're on Google. The phone number is 203-858-6472. And, those are two probably easiest, quickest ways to get to me. We're on Facebook. We have a Facebook page. We have a Twitter account for the Arkham Group. And so you can follow us on social media, reach out through social media, DM me, however you can get to me. And then, I try to respond back within a 24-hour window, and then we get to work as soon as possible.
All right. So you heard it. You got the information. All the listeners want to make sure you tap into the group and start having them be able to change your life. Thank you again for visiting today and having this call with me. We'll definitely be talking in the future. It's definitely great information for everybody to have. But I did want to make sure we wrapped it up by making sure everybody had that information. So I want to thank you for calling in today, and you have a great rest of your day. We'll talk to you guys next week.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. You have a good one.